Alrighty, good evening, everybody. Today is December the 1st already, 2022, and we're here again with Chris Hauser. So, you guys, if you have any questions for Chris, hit *6 on your phone. So, Chris, you have anything you want to say tonight? Any lessons, announcements, or anything?
No, I'm just, no news is good news. Well, actually, some news would be even good news. Well, the news I want to hear is going to be great news. But I haven't heard anything yet. I just sent that to you both ways, Tad. So you ought to be able to get it one way or the other.
Okay.
What I just sent to Tad was a copy of the habeas corpus. And you'll be able to download it off the Tad's site. The habeas, I've done two videos recently, Tad, on the beginning of the habeas corpus. And people that are interested in this are going to want to, probably going to want to watch the videos and have a copy of the Habe with them as they do it so they can see this for themselves.
Okay.
It's a document that has helped people get out of prison. I'm not sure about jail just yet because by the time we were using it, we were in prison. But it's also great information to know, even if you're not dealing with any legal issues, because one day when you might find yourself in that type of trouble, you'll be able to know how to respond. There's a lot of information in it. One of the parts of it is a discussion about the Constitution and an Article 3 judge and how their pay can't be diminished according to the Constitution. And all these so-called judges out here that are acting as if they are judges, they're not real Article 3 judges, so you never have your day in court. And just simply by saying, is your pay diminished? Do you pay taxes? I just got one question for the court. Do you pay taxes, judge? And when they say yes, you can step down now, because you are not an Article 3 court judge. This is not an Article 3 court. I am not having my day in court. And that's the simple things in this document that once you wrap your head around it, you will dumbfound these judges. And it also, there's also a great lesson in here about your sovereignty, how you are sovereign, what makes you sovereign, the rights that you have as a sovereign. It makes you think about how you can conduct yourself as a sovereign. So it's good to learn, regardless of whether you're ever going to enter one of these tribunals. Just knowing. And all of this habeas corpus is backed up by case law. So you're using their own laws and their own codes, rules, regulations, and statutes against them. So I sent it to Tad, and he can finagle it around there a little bit, figure out how he wants to lay it out. If you know anything about it, Tad, it might help to convert it from a PDF to a Word document.
Well, do you have the Word document?
No, I don't. I only have it in PDF. I got the document mailed to me from inside the prison, and I've got one at home, but it's not it's 78 pages. But the one I got from prison is 130, and one of my buddies from prison sent it. So it's what I did is I took and I used my scanner on my phone, and I took pictures of every one of these pages, and then I edited them down, and I created a PDF file with it. So I know that there's some. I think David was working on there's some kind of thing, some kind of program that he had that was converting it into a Word document. But I haven't talked to him since then. But see, that's the thing too. Here's the thing, Pat. If you put it on there, and people can, there's probably someone listening right now that could take that PDF and convert it into a Word document and send it right back to you. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
So
these are.
Wanted to,
yeah. This is not a text document. You cannot highlight it and copy it. These are images. So, I mean, if somebody has a program that can do that, that's great. Otherwise, it's going to have to be typed by hand.
Yeah, I don't have that, but I was talking with someone. It's been a long time ago, but they said they knew someone who could convert those documents into Word documents. And I know David was doing it last Monday night, just this last Monday night. He was doing it while we were doing our Zoom conference. So, I mean, it's not something that's terribly difficult to do. But that's pretty much what's going on. And, I mean, you can watch the videos and listen along, or watch them and read along. And get the knowledge of what this document is, and the reason it's so long is because we put everything that we could think of into this page, because every one of those issues has to be answered. Because remember, this is a jurisdictional question. This is a habeas corpus where you're challenging the jurisdiction. It's also a common law contract. We send it to them certified mail, return receipt. So it's actually a contract that they're in, the court and the judge and everybody else involved is having to act in. This is a contract. So it's the beefed up on steroid habeas corpus, man. And like I said, most of the people that will watch the video and download the file, the PDF file, probably won't ever even write one of these. But if they have the file in their hand while they're watching the videos, they can see it. They can see what it is that I'm talking about. They can read about the extra stuff that I'm not talking about, all the various case laws that have a list of them that they could look up. Well, let's see what this case is about. Because when I quote from a case, I don't quote the whole case. I just quote parts of it. But you might be interested in reading the whole case. Well, let's see what this whole decision was. And then get something out of that I didn't get out of when I initially read it. A lot of these cases that I researched, I didn't, a majority of them I read the whole decision. I read about what it was, what the whole case was about, and the decisions that the different justices made. And that's how most people look at this. If they're interested, if they want to dig deep into this thing. But it's more of an enlightenment of what's really going on. And case law to back it up.
It's a book. It's 130 pages.
Yeah. And about 25 of them are they're pertaining to the GSA bonds and how we were, discharging them and how we were claiming them and all that. And so some of that, if you wrote it for yourself, you could take this habeas corpus and rewrite it for yourself and totally simplify it, to that's not even a word. Make it more simplistic, and they'd still have a hard time answering the challenge because what little argument you would use from it, and what little case managing you'd have to do with it would be enough to destroy what it is they're doing. But when they get this served on them, they have to answer every point, every charge. They have to answer it, and they have to prove that it's wrong. And they're not going to be able to prove that it's wrong when there's case law that backs it up.
Right.
So you'll see, Tad, when you go to read it, you'll see.
I got a couple of people that
you go through
already.
You go through the first 30 pages. Read the first 30 pages of this document. And when you see the power that this thing has, you will not have a bit of problem reading the rest of the 100 pages.
Okay. Once upon a time, there was a beneficiary and sovereign in pro per.
Yeah. Yeah, it's lengthy and it's wordy, but there's a lot of fire in it. But like I said, anybody that's listening, if you already got a handle on what it is we're talking about, download, if you don't care to, download the PDF and convert it to a Word document and send it right back to Tad.
Well, yeah, I've got 2 people that have responded already, so I'll get with them a little bit later.
It's not that hard. It really isn't.
So we got some people that are waiting that have questions. And by the way, I do have an announcement that I forgot to mention.
Okay.
A couple of weeks ago, we had a gal on named Dawn that was I've been getting a lot of emails about her. People that are excited. We're working on putting something together that will help people out, and we're not ready yet. It might be maybe another month or so, maybe sooner, maybe longer. We don't know. But so you guys hang on. So things are in the works, some exciting things, and we'll see how it works out. So 267 area code, go ahead.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Tad. This is Mary Pierce. How are you?
Hi there.
Good.
I appreciate you both, and I've been, Chris, following you for almost a year now. And the question I have, and you've mentioned it several times on some of the videos, Chris, that I watched. You talked about, other gurus and other people saying this, that, and the other, and with respect to changing your status. And I've heard you say more than once that changing your status is not necessary. And I thought to myself, if I'm born a natural woman on the land in unincorporated state known as Pennsylvania, and I never changed it, why do I need to use the tools of the slave system to extricate myself from the slave system? It seems that if we follow these instructions you're giving, and we fill this paperwork out, standing on our identity as a sovereign under our Creator, that should be all we need. Like these affidavits of repudiation seem dangerous to me, and I wanted to know what your thoughts were.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. The king the king is the king. And he doesn't have to do anything to prove he's the king. He's the king. I'm trying to run through this thing to see if I can find an actual quote from, whoops, I'm going the wrong way. I'm in the wrong document. Wrong side of the document. In here, there's something, and this is not what I'm saying, and this is not what other sovereigns are saying. This is what they say. Let me see here. I'm trying to find it real quick. Let's see here. It's the people of the state are entitled to all rights which formerly belonged to the king at his prerogative. See Langley versus Smith, 22D, 89, New York, South Court, 1829. Okay? What they did when we started this whole thing, we said, King George, we don't want to be your subjects anymore. We want to be our own king. And every one of you who are out there that claim sovereignty, actually, if you say, I am one of we the people, then you are sovereign. Whether you want to claim it or not, that's what you are. You're running around here with the we the people tattoos and shirts that say we the people and flying flags that say we the people, well, then you are sovereign. Whether you like it or not, that's what you are. And you have all of the rights that King George had when we whooped his ass. You are a king. All we had to do was tell the king. It's called the Declaration of Independence. We don't want to be your subjects anymore. We don't want you as our king. And guess what? He wasn't anymore. We broke those bonds of servitude when we declared ourselves. Actually, it was only the 56 Steiners who actually declared their independence. But we all get a ride in on their shirt tail. But that's what that is. Why would I need to do an affidavit stating I am this person and I am a part of, I am detached from the system and all the other stuff? Let me tell you, you can do this stuff if you want. I don't care. Knock yourself out, have a ball. I don't see any sense in it because all you have to do is declare it.
Well,
the scripture says,
that's kind of where I was going with it. A lot of unnecessary time and paperwork. Well,
the reason that people are so persistent in telling folks to do this, i.e., all these gurus, is because this sells a packet. You want to get yourself detached? You want to change your status? Well, you have to do this and you have to do that, and send me $28, and I'll send you a packet that'll do that for you. Or send me $150, and I'll coach you through the process. My process is the one that works. So that sells. You can go on eBay right now. Someone's got my picture, and the ad is Christopher Hauser's process for 1099As to purchase cars and homes, and they're selling them for $29.95, $24.95.
That's crazy.
They're selling these tax documents. That's it. They're using my face. They're using my name, and they're selling They've sold, last time I looked, they'd sold 46 kits. That's $1,100. Okay?
When the instructions for the IRS forms are free.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. That parallels what we're talking about here. Look, man, I have got nothing against anybody that wants to do all these affidavits and all this other stuff that you do to tell yourself you're a sovereign or you're free from servitude of the government, when all you really have to do is realize who you are. I am the son of the Most High. I am a sovereign in this nation. I am the beneficiary of the trust. And then know what it means to be those things.
Right.
You don't have to pay anybody for that. All you got to do is think. You don't even have to read anything or sign anything. All you have to do is think this thing and speak it with your mouth. That's how you set these so-called judges down. Know who you are and the power that you have by knowing who you are. Because that's where it's at. And that's where that's where you'll find your confidence. You know, a king is a king all the way to the time they get their head chopped off. That's when they're king. Even if they are sent in exile. When they're kings and they're in exile, what are they? They're exiled
kings in exile. Right.
They're still a king. You got a Marie Antoinette their ass to make them stop being the royal that they are.
Right.
And that's what we are. I don't see any sense in it. I'm not going to waste any money, and I can stand in front of these jokers and say I am the sovereign because I know it. I've confessed it. The one thing I like to say a lot is, you know, the one that's referred to as Christ, the Christ, who was the King of Kings or is the King of Kings. Well, if he's the King of Kings, who are the kings? We are.
We are.
That's
why
right. We're sovereign. We are. We are all children of the Most High. Every single one of us. And if we are heirs to the throne, as the Messiah is the Prince of Peace, is our brother, then we are joint heirs. We are joint heirs to the kingdom of heaven. And the scripture says the kingdom of heaven is within you. It's here, right now. That's the kingdom. My kingdom's not of this earth.
Right.
But then he says the kingdom of heaven is within you. So you are royal. You are a sovereign. You don't need anybody but yourself to convince you that that's who you are. Look at me. I signed this affidavit of sovereignty. Do you believe me now? Do you believe I'm a sovereign now? Oh, you don't? Okay. Well, then I'm going to fill out this other paperwork over here and put the gold seal on it and a red thumbprint and sign it in the gold over a stamp and shit. You believe me now? You believe I'm a sovereign now? Since when does the king ask
the powers in knowing who you are and the words, right? What you stand on in the moment that you're challenged.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm sure anybody that's listening and stealing is going to steal this recording and make their own thing. Oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. You got to do the paperwork. Right. So go ahead and send me the $39.95.
Well, I know the truth, and I know you don't charge anything, so I know the scammers when I see them. But the foundation for my question is because I have a commercial driver's license, and I'm a commercial truck driver, and I like doing it, and I don't do it for the money. I do it for lots of other reasons, and I want to exist in both jurisdictions. And I thought, well, if I know who I am and I know what to say and when to say it and how to sign and when to sign it, then I don't need all that other crap. All that crap seems superfluous to me.
Yeah.
And taking my attention away from.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a truck driver, too. I drove trucks in the Army. I drove a semi-truck in combat.
Oh, wow. I'm a new driver. I've only been driving semi-trucks for 6 months. But I do like it a lot, and I don't want to give it up.
Yeah, I liked it, too. I was over the road. Your boss is your dispatcher. Most dispatchers are kissing your ass. Every dispatcher I ever had was super nice, did their best to work with you. Most of the owners I worked for were super nice. Just do your job, get your load on time, we'll pay you good, we got your insurance, all that. It's a job.
Well, I want to use the 1039A to buy a new truck.
Yeah. Well, if you're doing that, if you were doing that to do for not for hire, that could be doable the way we're doing it. But as far as this private bank's going to go, if you want to buy a new truck and use it to haul freight around all over the place, get with me. We'll get us a contract going. I'll get you what you need. Last time I checked out a new truck, a new Peterbilt, this was back in the 90s. They were $130,000 then.
Oh, shit.
They're $260,000 now.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And what I want to do is I want to buy a brand new truck, and I want to have a custom trailer and have a holistic healing center, and I want to take it around the country to communities that need the type of healing modalities that can be provided that way. And then when I want to work on projects like building greenhouses for Native Americans, I want to be able to drop the healing trailer and go take a load, make 10, 20 grand, and then go work on a greenhouse project.
Yeah, that's totally doable, man.
Well, let's do it then. Help me buy a truck. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate your time.
As soon as we're up, that's the stuff. Even if she wanted to do it strictly for profit, I don't care. You want you want to buy a $500,000 truck, get the extended sleeper, and and go around to do auto shows and stuff like that, conventions and stuff. I don't care. If that's what you want to do.
I mean, I'm not opposed to profit.
Want to be able to work this stuff. Yeah, but I see where you're going with this. Wouldn't it be nice to just have so much money that wasn't a problem? You could just do your holistic thing. You could, when a hurricane hit, you could go home, drop your trailer, pick up your reefer or whatever, and haul water and diapers and things that people need in hurricanes and stuff, man.
Brother, you're reading my mind.
You got into a profession right there. I'm going to tell you all right now, if it wasn't for people like her hauling stuff around, in 3 days, you'd be fighting each other for what little things that you had left. If you got it, a truck brought it.
Yep.
If it wasn't our truck drivers, I look at a truck driver as with as much admiration as I do a teacher. You guys are crucial for what it is that we do. But we'll get with this when the word gets out.
So we got other people.
Thank you, Chris. I'm ready when you are.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you. Good night.
667 area code. How does this happen? How do we do this?
Hi, Chris. It's Deb from the UK.
Okay, hold on just a second.
No problem.
Well, hold on. No, go ahead. I'll deal with that later. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Okay, no problem. It was just a quick question regarding the 1099 online filing. So once a 1099A has been filed online, is it the company that you're filing against who has to send the 1099 OID and 1099, 1096, or is it yourselves that has to send them?
It's the trustee that does that. There's the thing about doing the 1099 online is you really don't have a way to endorse the back of the 1099A. That's the only problem. Yeah, I know everybody was doing it there for a while. They were doing it, and they were getting them. They were accepting them. But in all actuality, the best way to do it is to have the hard copy. And then the trustee that's doing it for you can put the 1099A with the OID, with the 96, the 40B, and the 8888, whatever it is you're doing. That can all go together at that point. But it's the trustee that does that. You don't do anything except sign the back of the 1099A. The trustee can even fill that out for you. And then all you have to do is sign it. You can fill out all the paperwork that the trustee needs to fill out, but they're the ones that have to sign it. And the only reason you're filling it out for them is as a courtesy to them, because they may not be familiar with how to fill it out like you are. Right?
Yeah. Is that the same if you were trying to just discharge debt rather than purchase?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be the same thing. If you're doing the same documents, you'd be doing the same thing. With the like the payoff, say you're going to pay something off, instead of buy a car, you'd be paying it off. Yeah, you do the same thing.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Let me see.
Yeah, Tad. You see us from across the pond.
Across the pond?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I just disconnected her accidentally. Dang it.
Did you?
Still learning these controls. All right, Sharon, you're next.
Hey, Chris. This is Sharon. First, glad to talk to you. But if you don't mind, how's lately, before I ask my question?
I talked to him just today. He's doing all right. He comes up for parole again in March. Ron, he comes up for parole in next month. And last time I talked to him, he said he was going to take it. He was going to accept the parole hearing this month. So.
I know Lately and I.
But Lately's doing all right.
We had corresponded about 5 months ago, and then so much has happened. But I guess my question is, I know I emailed Tad about it. What has happened with me is I did all the process for the coupon, everything, and then I got served. Well, I called the clerk, and they wouldn't let me file anything into the court without putting up over half of what the loan foreclosure with the bank wanted. So I couldn't do anything. So I started doing like a revoking power of attorney, asking for tax forms, everything I could, and then they sold it, and then I had it moved to federal court and filed it, did everything right. As I was awaiting, one morning I woke up and then there was two sheriffs at my door, and I asked them, I said, what do y'all want? And they just said, oh, we just want to talk with you. Well, come to find out, they barged in my house. I kept telling them, what are you here for? And they said, you know what we're here for. And they were seizing my home, my mobile home. They arrested me, and did not tell me. I said, why are you arresting me? Why? Why are you even here? They never said nothing, never produced nothing. I spent a night in jail. Then I found out I was charged with a felony for a vehicle, for being in possession of a vehicle with, anyway, knowing that it wasn't mine. I signed. I paid the $250, signed it, left. They wouldn't. The land is mine, and they threw out all my stuff from my yard. Anyway, they removed. A couple of days later, they removed my mobile home, and I'm living in my shed. Then come to find out that the federal court said that I didn't have enough information, and so they're throwing it back to the state court. And I'm trying to talk. Yeah, they did it without any jurisdiction, without. They come on my property and didn't tell me anything.
They arrested you, and then they didn't tell you what they arrested you for.
No, not until and I kept asking, why am I here? Why? I asked the one that was that put the handcuffs on me, and I've never been arrested before. I said, why am I being arrested? Tell me, please. And he said, because my boss told me to. I said, okay, what are you charging me? He said, I arrested you because my boss told me to. And he's the second in command to the sheriff.
No, they're supposed to, if they're arresting you, they have to be able to articulate what it is they're arresting you for.
Yes.
Just you're under arrest and not tell you, because my boss told me so.
Yes.
That doesn't wash. You have to tell me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, they've done nothing but when I got out, I came to my property and they had put a lock on my door. And then about 2 hours later, there was a sheriff's department car that drove up. I said, get out of my property, leave. And I said, what are you here for? And he said, just making sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And I said, and what is that? What am I not supposed to be doing? They know I'm alone. I live by myself, and I'm living in I have a shed that, thank God, I just had built, and that's what I'm living in right now. And I'm going to amend. I'm working up to amend what I'm going to file or refile into the federal court, which I don't think I'll get any satisfaction, is the 42-1983. And
Did they tell you? They told you that you didn't have enough information. Did they ever tell you what kind of information that they were looking for?
No, they just kept saying. They said, "Sharon, you know what we're here for," and I said, "No, I don't."
No, I mean the feds. Did you say that the feds?
Yes.
Said they couldn't handle it because you didn't have enough information. What was the information that would have made it enough? Is what I'm saying. They sent it back to the petty courts in the state. Is what I'm assuming, right?
Yes, because I did a motion for removal. I served, or mailed. I filed it against the judge and the sheriff, and I did it because of harm by trespass. And I did my federal questions about it, and they said that wasn't enough, and I shouldn't have made it to the judge and the sheriff. I should have did it to the bank. I had to do it exactly like it is in the state court. And this was all rush. I was trying to get things done in a hurry. And she just said that I filed what I could in there. They wouldn't even take everything that I filed into there. They said no. And I got a letter stating that I filed a bunch of hodgepodge documents and that they're sending it back to the state court. Or you can not reclassify, but rename it to what you want. So I didn't pay the $400 and something for nothing. So I'm going to amend it to the 41-1983. I don't know what else to do with that. But my main thing is they continue to harass me. I've counted now 9 times. They came to my home and threatened me with warrants, with arrest again. I know I don't want to. I am strong, but it's hard. I'll stay locked up for fear that if I do venture out, that they're going to find a reason to lock me back up because they've already threatened it twice. They've done. Yeah. There's something going on that they don't. I don't know.
They're harassing you. They're working for the bank. They're working for the bank and they're harassing you. So it's not just the bank you need to go after. It's the bank's goon squad, the police.
Yeah. Yes, and they're the man that bought.
Have you done a conditional acceptance on all this?
On the sheriff?
Yeah, on what happened.
No, I haven't.
Have you done anything at all? Have you done a conditional acceptance on the bank?
Yes, I did the coupon, and they didn't respond until like 20.
The remittance.
Yes.
The coupon process, right?
Yes, and then I did the conditional acceptance. Okay. I sent off my liens. Matter of fact, about 2 weeks before I was served with the foreclosure papers, I was talking to the lady at the bank about getting my title to my mobile home. And they have it in a previous name that I had my name changed. Anyway, I don't know, it's a screwed up mess. So I was talking to the bank. And I talked to the sheriff's deputy about it. I even filed a UCC1 lien against my mobile home. She didn't even accept it. She laughed at me. And I said, no, you have to include this in the sale. And she said, no, I don't. And she didn't talk to me anymore. And every time I called up there, they said, well, what do you want now? So it's like, I think it was all the man that bought my mobile home backs the DA, the sheriff, the judge, everything in their political. And he wanted my mobile home because now he's saying he wants some of the skirting that was around it that was left here. And he's threatening to, he had the sheriff's department come up here with one of his guys that works with them and said that you're going to be arrested if you don't give us that skirting or give us a receipt. I said, I have a receipt for it because of Hurricane Laura. Anyway, so I sent that, and then he's been making phone calls to me. I just don't answer.
Yeah, I charge them all. I charge them all. If they trust there again, they came and they got what they claimed that they wanted. They ain't got nothing else there. If you think there's something here that you should have got it when you stole this property. Don't think you're going to come up here now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wouldn't let them come on there. They come on there again. If they come on your property again like that, I would suggest that you call the state police and have all of them arrested for trespassing.
Put no trespassing signs on it, which you probably should
I have no trespassing everywhere.
Okay.
I even got the purple spray paint. You know, I went down the list of everything. But when I told the last one, I said, please do not come on my property again. This is the last time. But they send all deputies that are like 6'5", look like they're taking steroids at the gym, and get like and they're about 6 inches from my face, and I tell them back up, just back up and leave me alone. They know I'm a female and by myself, and I go to it's a small town. I go in the store and, people just look at me. They all think I've lost my home by not paying it. And I just ignore them. Yeah. But I guess, and I'm going to try and fight. I mean, I've spent over $10,000 of my savings fighting them with court documents, because every time I go and I file something, they charge me about $300. I did file a fee schedule, but they hold this felony over me that if I do anything that's wrong in their eyes, that they're going to come after me. That they'll arrest me, and I'll have to stay in jail. And that's. But I guess I'm sorry. I don't mean to go on.
Why don't you do this? Why don't you call me tomorrow? Because I may have somebody for you to talk to.
Okay. All right,
okay.
I will. I know I have your email address, but I'll email you.
YouHaveTheRight.com.
Oh, it is? Okay. And I just thought, get through the program. I'll just get, or the foundation, I'll just get the money and buy me or build me a home. Because my land's paid for.
So anyway, we can probably take this a different direction. So,
okay.
It has to do with the trust, so remember that. Call me, let me know that it has something to do with the trust, okay?
Okay. All right, I will. And Chris, I pray for you and for really all of our group, because we're the 1%ers. But I always keep Waverly in my prayers, and I may sit down and write him. I hadn't. I guess I felt bad.
So
but hang in there and thank you.
Right, thank you.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, Florida 850. You're next. Your phone just unmuted.
Hey, Chris, Tad, how are you this evening?
Hey there.
Hey, what's up?
This is David Merritt in Pensacola, Florida. I'll keep it short and sweet. I believe it was either November 1st or November 3rd phone call. I don't remember the lady's name, but it may be the lady you referred to as Dawn.
Yes.
But she was the last caller.
Yes.
And she talked about filing a document that had a 1099-A embedded into the arbitration clause in that contract. Do you recall that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, my question is, she had stated that she was going to post it somewhere for us to learn from, and I was wanting to see if you could direct me in that direction so I could get a copy of it.
That's still in process.
Okay.
Yeah, they're working on it. It's what he said earlier. They're working on it, and as soon as they get the information up, they'll share it.
Okay, so that lady's name was Dawn then.
Yes.
Okay. Question number 2, or actually a statement. What you did on your original contract with the Treasury, Chris, in regards to going back on the child support and filing those liens, I would like to learn how you do that, if you don't mind somehow letting me learn about it, teach me, whatever.
No, what I did was what you can do. There's a couple things you can do. You can do the remittance process, right?
Okay.
And the coupon and the 1099-A. I just sent the coupon, but I also did the conditional acceptance on everyone, and did the UCC 1s and UCC 3s. But you don't need to do that. That is not necessary. The UCC 1s and 3s, you can just do a conditional acceptance. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure which one of the two actually worked, because I did them both at the same time.
Okay.
I believe that it actually that either one of them could actually been the thing that worked. If I had it to do all over again, I probably would have just done the conditional acceptance, and then I would have. It's not working at all. And then I would have seen how that worked, and then I would have tried back with it later. You know what I mean? I would have tried back.
Okay, so you're talking about when you're talking about when you do the conditional acceptance. That's the contract with the Treasury that you initially write.
No, that's not.
And then
that's the contract with my ex-wife and all the people, all the players involved in my child support issue. That's what the conditional acceptance was. Now the other thing, the other thing that was done was the remittance process. But after I did the conditional acceptance on the child support and the child support enforcement and everybody, I did the contract with the Treasury after that.
Okay.
I gave the conditional acceptance to the Treasury, and the Treasury collected. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
That's how the liens aren't the UCC 1s and 3s. The lien is actually what the Treasury does. When they're actually the ones that do the lien. They take the security instrument and do the link. That's what they do.
Okay.
So
I would need. I'm still researching this, and I probably would need some sort of guidance and a direction of how to.
Yeah.
Because when you talk about you're doing the, I'm assuming you served your ex-wife and you served the Department of Revenue and the players involved in that department.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah, that is. I did that with the conditional acceptance. So.
All right. So does that answer your question?
I'm interested. All right, and the last question: are you still needing people on your private bank? I saw on you still needed about 10 extra people on the Telegram. Have you got that filled yet?
Which Telegram are you talking about?
Well, the one that I'm in, it's the study group here, and I did send you a message.
How many members? How many members are in it?
Subscribers, 890.
Okay, that's the scamming one.
That's the wrong
scammers.
One?
Yeah, that's the wrong one to be in.
Well, see, originally I was in that one 70 that had 70 subscribers in it.
The only Telegram that I've been involved with has over 10,000 members. If you're in one of those, if you're in that one, then you're in the right one.
Okay, I haven't seen one with over 10,000 members. I've got one that I sent you a message. I sent you a message on November 19th, and go ahead.
Yeah, send me a message at capital C, capital A, capital H, AUSER, CA Hauser, right? That's what it'll be. CA Hauser at protonmail.com, and ask me for an invite link to the Telegram, and I'll put you in that one. If that's where
okay. Can you still hear me?
Chris?
I wanted to repeat the email, capital C, capital A, capital H as in Henry, and then lowercase AUSER at protonmail.com.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, and appreciate you being a veteran in what you've done, my friend. God bless you, and Godspeed.
636 area code, you're next.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Ted. Rob from Missouri.
Hey there.
Hey, Rob. How's it going, buddy?
Pretty good. How you doing? I ran across something here the other day, and I thought about your case down there in Tennessee. It's in Bouvier's 8th, and it says the omission of the Christian name by either plaintiff or defendant in a legal process prevents the court from acquiring jurisdiction. Yeah, that's something similar to that is in my habeas corpus. Yeah. And then the rules of civil procedure here, federal rules of civil procedure, say a court must be able to identify from complaint at least one plaintiff by name. Otherwise, no jurisdiction has been commenced. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. They don't have it. I'm telling you all right now, they don't have it. They know all this stuff.
Okay, so is that your question? Is that your statement?
Yeah, that's really all I wanted to say. I guess they know all this stuff, and they just continue to cheat us.
Waiting here. We got to get to them.
All right, Ted.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
See you guys.
657 area code.
Thanks for staying in touch.
657 area code. Go ahead.
Chris, top of the day to you, sir. This is Thomas. How are you?
Yeah, man.
Hey.
Doing well.
I sent you that list of 9 questions back on the 13th, and I talked to you 2 weeks ago on Tuesday.
Yeah, I got down through it. I got down through it there and started after I got done going through a whole bunch of emails because I wanted to keep that to the side. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered, so I was blazing through it, and I starred yours. So, yeah.
Okay. I also sent you. I sent you an interview with Senator Frank Nicely, who is from Tennessee. The interview was Catherine Austin Fitz about opening the Tennessee Bullion Bank. Did you have a chance to look at that?
No, I didn't have a chance to look at that.
Okay. It's a very interesting interview.
I'll have to, I think I see your name there in the email.
I sent it to you on 11/19. Another thing, we've been doing more research into the Federal Circular 10, Appendix 3, Appendix 4, as well as Rule 12. Rule 12 is the guidance for banks to exhaust their administrative remedies prior to the filing of the Notice of Substituted Trustee, the whole foreclosure proceeding. So when they violate that step under Federal Circular 10, Rule 12, they are now in defiance of the Federal Reserve's operating circular. They have a way to apply for it in Federal Circular 10, Appendix 3 and 4. Are you familiar with Appendix 3 and 4?
Okay, I lost it for a second.
Chris?
What was the last thing you said?
I said the guidelines for a bank to exhaust the administrative remedies prior to filing foreclosure is laid out in Federal Reserve Circular Number 10, Rule 12. Now, in that same circular, there is a specific reference to the application for package for U.S. borrowers and a form letter of agreement from the alleged borrower to inquire as to who made a loan or who loaned the money on the borrower's behalf. It's a very important document. It's form of authorizing resolutions for borrowers, as well as that's Appendix 3, and the other one is a form of certificate. This is a Schedule A, letter of agreement, and there's a form of a letter of agreement. And this is all under, like I said, Operating Circular Number 10, Appendix 2, Appendix 3. It's a very, very interesting document. The other one that's very important is Appendix 1 of Federal Operating Circular, Number 1. And then earlier today, I'm going to finish this up real quick. I sent you an email with photos of everything that we've gone through in the last 21 years. There's about 22 photos there showing all the books, all the editions, everything that's been gone through with a fine-tooth comb. So that is myself.
I got 54 emails just today, bro. That's on this one here. I'll let me see if I can pull it right quick.
It's got, here we have, remember before I talked to you about the the TARP project and the SIG-TARP. And we have the books, The Stress Test from Timothy Geithner, Hank Paulson's book, On the Brink, Bailout by Neil Borofsky, the book by Sheila Blair, Bull by the Horns, and Ben Bernanke's The Courage to Act. Were in those books, in Tim's book on page, I believe it's 224, he talks about the $166 billion left to be returned to the taxpayer. So this is some important stuff that I'd hope we could have, a private side meeting here to discuss the level of stuff we've gone into. Not only have we also done the private placement bonds, we also have the SIG keys as well as a Edgar filing into the DTCC. So,
okay.
So in regards to the woman that was on there that was having her
Did you send it in a different email?
No, I sent it to CA Hauser at protonmail.com.
Okay. You don't have it in a different name, do you?
Thomas.Ford at jmccwing.com. Thomas.Ford, like the car.
Yeah. I got that, but I don't seem to have. I don't know. Maybe I scrolled by it and it just didn't register. I don't see it though.
So the last one I sent you at 16:05 hours, it says send to whomever is okay, Chris. This is the level of research that we have embarked upon in the last 22 years, and it's got a picture of all the books we've gone through. Sorry?
You sent it at a military time, 16:05?
Correct. And that's Pacific, my time. So, anyway, I know there's a lot of other people on here. I was on Gadsden last week for the Thanksgiving holiday. Had a wonderful feast, and so, anyway, I wish you all happy belated Thanksgiving. Thank you so much.
Okay, I got it. I got it right here.
Okay, is that the one with the photos?
Yeah, hang on a second.
Okay.
Yeah, this is if I'm not careful, I'll throw it to the trash can, but I'm archived. That way I won't get it out. I can't get rid of it now. Man, I just lost it. Oh, no, it's in my garbage can. Okay, pull it out. That's what I like about the trash can. If you mistake, you don't clean your garbage can out, you get right back in.
Yeah, you can salvage it. Yep, it's a salvage operation.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Yeah, we'd
24
like
attachments.
Pardon?
Yeah, let me look at those, and I'll try and get back with you soon. Yeah, we might need the sidebar on this one.
Yeah, and I'm the one. I'm the one I sent you on. The one I sent you on the 13th. Let's see here. Which one was it here? I thought I put my phone number in there, but apparently I didn't. Let's see here.
Yeah, just send it on to me.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll do that right now. Thank you so much.
We'll get together and do it. We'll get together and do
Tad,
it one-on-one.
Yes.
Tad, I do not have. Should I send you an email, Tad, so I can be in touch with you as well?
You can.
Okay. And what is your email address, Tad?
Let's go to the website, youhavetheright.com, and go to the contact link.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. 704 area code. Oops, hold on. 704 area code, you're next.
Hello, Chris. James Wilson from Charlotte, North Carolina. How you doing?
All right, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, I got a couple of questions. One is on the conditional acceptance. You said that the conditional acceptance itself is the claim of lien. Do we need to put that 15 USC that flag, the SEC flag, on that conditional acceptance, or in other words, we have to monetize it by putting the information on the back? Do we have to put the flag on the front?
No, you don't.
We don't have to have that. Okay. That's the first question.
No, you sure don't.
Okay. And the next question is, are you familiar with the notary protest procedures or process?
Yeah, somewhat.
Okay. I was wondering if you had any samples of any of the actual language that we can use in a protest. I'm doing one now against a bank, and I'm just wondering if we had anything already done that I could use as a guide.
No, I don't have anything like that.
Okay.
But,
okay. Okay. Well, those are my two questions. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Brother. Thanks for.
Okay, 407 area code. We went from 704 area code now to 407 area code. Go ahead.
Hi, Ted. Thank you. And Chris, how are you tonight?
Sure. What's your question?
I'm doing well.
My question is, I'm the one that I've gone to the Social Security office on my 65th birthday on the 16th, and the guy there, they took my information. My husband and I had written a letter and a copy of the Cestui Que Trust, what it was, and gave it to him, and he said he would check into it. Well, on the 29th, he called me, and I sent you an email and told me to contact the Treasury, that the Social Security office had nothing to do with it.
Call the Treasury about it.
I did.
Yeah, I got that.
And the number he had given me was for the collections of Treasury, and I've recorded it. And the guy he said, I don't know why they sent you here. I have no clue. This is, he looked me up. He said, you don't owe any money. I said, I know I don't. So no,
matter of fact, you owe me.
Right. But he was real nice. The Treasury guy was real nice. So I tried to call Social Security, the office up there. Again, I couldn't get him, and it switched me to the St. Augustine office in Florida because they were busy. And she looked everything up, and she said, I've never heard us try to tell somebody to go to the Treasury Department and stuff like that. And she said, they're our boss anyway. I don't know why you'd be doing that. But I went up there yesterday to the Social Security office, and he wouldn't see me. He was getting ready to leave. So my husband and I both said, well, he has to talk to me because I want him to explain why he sent me to the wrong place and why would it go to the Treasury. And, of course, he told her to get my number. He would call me today, and he didn't do it, of course, which I didn't expect him to.
Yeah, I'd pester him every day.
Well, that's what I'm going to do. I've got his extension and stuff, but I was going to go up there tomorrow and tell him that it is his responsibility. And I have the recording of the girl at the Social Security office in St. Augustine, too. But I should just tell him that it's his responsibility and he's a malfeasance of office if he doesn't take care of this. Yeah,
you're in a fiduciary obligation. What are you trying to do? Commit trust fraud?
Well, that's what my husband said. He said he made you a pseudo trustee, and you're committing trust fraud because he sent me to the Treasury Department. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anything else you can suggest?
No, you got them sweating, or they wouldn't be trying to hem-haul you and get around the corner on you.
That's what my husband said.
They know what's up. This is what I'm talking about when you do this. These people are not going to be so open to do this stuff. You got to be ready to battle, because that's what you're getting into when you do this. They're going to hem-haw around and BS you there for a little bit, and they're going to see what they can get away with and what they can't, and then
yeah,
it's, like I said, this isn't going to be easy. That's why I was saying that I would. Yeah, that's why I was saying. I've been saying all along that I wanted to be the first to do this. To do this process, because I'm ready for it. I'm ready to get this going the way it needs to go. A lot of people
it's like
aren't.
a challenge
a lot
for
of people, it is, and it's going to be a battle. Get ready to fight. They're not going to give this. Yeah, they're not going to give it up easy. I will tell you that much. They're not.
The local office is only 5 minutes from my house, and I've been up there 3 times now.
You had the conversation in the Treasury.
And I had a conversation with the Treasury saying there's no reason they should send me there.
And it's recorded.
And I've recorded it too.
Yeah, that's good. Record all your conversations.
Yeah. So it should not go out of the Social Security office. It has to stay there. The Treasury has nothing. They only cut the checks, right?
Yeah, the Treasury just they just cut the checks, but they should be able to. It's kind of like the IRS. The IRS, the IRS, it works for the Treasury too. They all do. They're all working for the Treasury.
Well, when I got disability, it took me. Okay. When I got disability, it took me 7 years to get it, and when they back paid me, I got $88,000. It took them 6 months to pay me, and they were giving me a hard time, and I threatened them with the TV station and stuff. And she said, we have to have so many signatures. I said, you've had 6 months to get 3 signatures. I either get paid next Friday or I'm going on TV against you for doing this. And I got paid that next Wednesday with the same office up here, different supervisor. But so just keep going.
Yeah, you got to get in there. You got to get in their ass. You got to get in their ass because it's not going to be it's a battle. It's a battle.
I don't have a problem with
this.
All right.
Who makes the decision? And this is my last thing. Who makes the decision then? Is Social Security up there, or is it above them?
It's going to go up. It's going to go uphill. It has to because they're not going to be. It'll start in your local office, but it'll actually end up in D.C. by the time this is over.
Okay.
And they'll.
Do you think I have a chance?
They're the. Why? Sure. Everybody should have a chance.
No, what I was going to say, do you think I have a chance of seeing my on-ledger and off-ledger, or is that just not possible?
Well, it's going to take some time. It is definitely going to take some time because they're not going to want to give that up easily. They're not.
Yeah, because I told him I'm one of the we can't do that.
They're going to have. They'll at that point they'll be exposing themselves to what it is that they're actually doing. And that's why I say this is a battle. This is a battle that could be lengthy.
All right, so
Jack, you fight them, man. You don't give them an inch, man.
We got some other people waiting. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, 941 area code. Go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Great. Hi, guys. My name is James. I'm out of Minnesota. I had a question, Chris. It's maybe a little bit off topic, but I had a question about property. I live on my father's property, and he is in a nursing home. It's been about 12 years now, and they put a lien against the property a medical lien against the property many years ago. They haven't bothered me none about it, but I have been progressing pretty rapidly here, and I would like to purchase the property. I would like to own the property, and I've been going back and forth on what's the best way to do it. Would it just be best for him to deed it to me? Would it be best for me to buy it with silver? Would a Liz Pendus be best at following, the silver purchase, a constitutional silver purchase? I'm really torn. I've been wanting to ask you.
I would, if your father's willing to do it, if he's of sound mind,
he is.
Then what I would do is I'd get him to sell it to me for, a couple of $20 gold pieces. All you need is a common law contract, which would be a bill of sale. Have him sign a bill of sale saying he'll accept two $20 gold pieces, or 25 silver dollars, or whatever it is he's going to give it to you, right? And then what I do is put once you get it, you could actually, I don't know what the medical lien is, how much it is, or whatever it is.
It's for the price of the property. They put it against you for them saying they pay for the service of them paying for the nursing home care, but I know it all comes from the trust anyway, and the lien that they filed anyway is junk. I mean, they don't even hardly say his whole name. They don't even say his real name, and they have the last four of his social, and it's like the filing, the clerk did it herself, and it's so crazy. But.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would just have him sell it. I mean, if that lien isn't really an issue, and it shouldn't be, and then at the passing of your father, hopefully that'll be a long time down the road, but when that time does come, you should be able to, you own it now. And the debt that your father had will be gone. If they want to push that issue, though, the best way to handle that would be the Public Law 73-10. Wait a minute, you put a false lien on a piece of property, knowing full well that you used my father's trust to pay those medical bills, and now you're trying to double dip or triple dip and claim that there's a debt that's owed.
Yeah,
they can't prove
pretty much
all the debts. All debts, public and private, are paid for. Now, how is it that you claim that my father has a debt to you when it's paid for? And that'll be that should be the end of that whole deal right there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm ready for that battle. I just want to be able to have it in my name where if I'm doing any business on this property, that it's like I'm not forging, who owns the property or whatnot.
Well, you'll own it the minute you sign. The minute your father signs that contract, you will own that property.
Yes,
you'll
sir.
own it constitutionally. So any other claims to that will be void, because the claims would be against your father, who who no longer owns the land.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, I do, and I follow you, and that sounds right on to me, man. That sounds perfect. I have one more question for you.
Quickly, please.
Okay.
Yes, please. I have found my land patent, and it's all accounted for between my neighbor and I. And that's another reason why I'd like to do it. Is would you, in your opinion, have any opposition to going land patent route?
Now, you come in kind of broken up there towards the end. You and your neighbors have done.
Would you? I found my land patent, and it's all accounted for between my neighbor. Yep, and I was gonna say, beyond that, I know I've heard you speak of. You don't necessarily need a land patent and whatnot, but is there anything you would have to say about going land patent route?
No. If that's what you want to do, go for it. I've heard quite a few people say that they've done that to theirs too. And it's more of that get it out of the government's hands kind of move.
Yeah, we have a pretty awesome Minnesota Assembly website. Pretty great, and they post the publishings, and they have a lot of great information on there too. If anybody's listening from Minnesota, it's Minnesota Assembly, so it's pretty awesome.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Take care. God bless.
Thanks for being with us, bro.
Gene, you're next.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Hello.
Ted. This is Gene from Oklahoma. Thank you, guys. I was going to go back. I have two questions. I was going to go back to the beginning. I got on the program too late. And what was the name of that sovereign 130-page paper you all were talking about?
It's habeas corpus.
Oh, habeas. Oh, okay. Okay, I've heard of that. Okay. Okay. And then going back to the lady that was a truck driver that was going to buy a truck to do her business with. And I've done that, but when I got to studying about the 1099-A, you can't use it for a business. Is that right?
Well, not directly, but once this new private banking comes up, that's not going to matter.
Oh, good.
Okay. If you want to say, the thing about a semi-truck is you can say, I need a semi-truck because I need a place to live and I need to be able to move from truck to truck, truck stop to truck stop, because I am a writer and I like to write stories on truck stops.
Oh. Well, I should have explained. I should have
stuff like that. You can't.
You can't use it for hauling freight. Well, we have a pickup, and I got it for my son to make a living with, and it's a big diesel pickup, and when we're hauling stuff. So.
You can do that. I need a truck to haul some stuff around. It may or may not be mine. I don't care if it's not yours or if it is yours. You could use a 1099. That's your personal truck. I need this truck to drive around. I got a really big trailer that is capable of hauling my stuff around. If it just so happens I haul someone else's around, that's fine.
Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay. I'll be working on that.
So answer your question?
Yes. Thank you. Thank both of you.
570 area code, you're next. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hi there. Go ahead.
Hi. My name is Reese. I have a question for Chris, of course. How you doing, Chris?
All right. How are you?
All righty. Oh, I can barely hear you. Hold on. I'm sorry. Barely hear you. Hold on one second. I sent the 1099-A and a remittance coupon to the CEO of Chase Bank, and when I first heard about this, I called them up and I asked them what is the CEO or the headquarters address, and they said they weren't allowed to give me the address. So I had to do my own research. So I found out what I thought I found out where they were was the incorrect address. So I ended up doing the 1099, the remittance, and I sent it to them with the same way that you say, with the certified letter and the signature card. I got all that stuff back, and the signature was somebody scribbled, I don't know who, but turns out that wasn't the correct address, because when I looked under Duns and Bradstreet online, he's actually in San Francisco, the CEO. So where I'm at now is when I talked to Chase and I started explaining to them about the 1099 and, I sent the remittance coupons because I sent them both, so I paid them twice. I got disconnected from one of the customer service. And that's the first time out of all the years I was disconnected. So then they called me back, and then they sent me a letter with I got a personal person to talk to me if I have any questions. But that's where I'm at right now. So should I continue with the conditional acceptance?
The wrong address that you sent it to, was that actually a Chase Bank?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Well,
and I got the signature card back.
CEO on it.
Huh?
They got it. I'd call them up and I'd say, I got a signature card, and it doesn't matter if you can read the signature or not. You got it delivered to where it was delivered at. If they put an X on it, that would have been good, because whoever scribbled that on there, Mr. Scribble Guy, is acting as an agent for the CEO. They signed it for the CEO.
Yeah, and in the letter I also put the postal rule, like you said. So.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you want to do.
So I guess I'll just call them back and I'll just say that. And I have one more question.
I'd say, look, man, I'm calling to follow up on to make sure that this debt has been cleared. You accepted it. You've had it for, I don't know how long how long have they had it for?
It's been over 10 days. And I haven't known. They usually call me, but no one has been calling me anymore.
Yeah. Well, they're not going. And the reason they're going to hang up on you like that is because they don't know whether you're recording them or not. I do that all the time. I record them, and then it isn't until the end of the conversation I say, "Oh yeah, by the way, I've been recording this." Oh, well, you're supposed to tell someone when you're recording now. No, you don't. Cops don't do it. The informant who's wearing the wire isn't coming in there telling everybody, "Hey, I got a wire on. Just let y'all know I'm recording." No, you can record any conversation your voice is on, and it's not a violation of anybody's privacy or any crap like that. So. But yeah, Colin, if they gave you a person-to-person contact, I'd call them and record the conversation.
Okay.
Right, so
call them like you know that they've been paid off. You're just calling to check up to make sure everything's good. I'm ready to get that. I'm ready anytime you guys are ready. Go on ahead and send me that statement saying there's zero balance.
Yeah. Well, with Chase at the same time, I sent the W-8BEN. I wanted to get them to file it for me as well, and they also sent me a letter back stating to prove that I wasn't a U.S. citizen, but I gave them a history lesson, and I sent it back to them.
Wait a minute, are you working for Chase Bank?
No, I don't work for Chase Bank, but I have an escrow, so if I pay the mortgage and the insurance through them, they are responsible for it.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted them to file it for me.
Yeah, I was kind of curious why you did that, but that makes sense.
But they haven't responded from that, and I know they received that too. So I gave them a history lesson with that.
Yeah, you're doing the right thing. Remember, the United States is a foreign corporation.
Exactly, and that's what I put in the letter. You're a good teacher, Chris. But the other thing, the other thing is my home is it's a 2-family home, and my tenant, we did a 1099 together. I'm acting as the trustee, but I also signed as a beneficiary. So we put the amount of 2 years of rental. So on December 7th will be the 45 days. I haven't received it yet, but there's one thing I forgot to do was to put the date. Is that a problem?
The date on the...
I mean, the date is... Yeah, I forgot to put the date because I didn't want to put the date until I actually mailed it. But when I got to the post office, I forgot to write the date, and I just sent it off.
That's all right. If they need that corrected, they'll send it back.
All right, so
you know what I'm saying?
Your question?
They may date it themselves. Date that thing so we can get this thing processed. Yeah.
But also, the third thing I did is I did the W-4 sandwich with Chase Bank, and I explained what I just told you to the IRS. Mm-hmm. So I got that going on as well.
Yeah.
And I know they
yeah, just you might get Chase's attention now. They might be sending you a check trying to settle your mortgage.
Yeah. I gave them all the information. I gave them all the copies. I even had a copy, actual, the notarized. I gave them because I got 3 notarized, and I gave them the actual notarized one. So I gave them that too. I showed them that with all the pictures, and I even gave them. I gave them courtesy. I get the 1090. I gave them the what is it the 1099 OID. I gave them a complimentary of that already. I gave them all the forms that they needed to do. So I did. Yeah, I tried a whole bunch, but I want to be part of your banking thing, Chris. I want to learn from you.
Yeah.
All right. So
yeah, maybe one day you'll be owning Chase.
Yeah.
I know that's right. Thank you. All right.
We're going to move on to area code 904. Thank you for calling. Area code 904. Go ahead. Is your phone mute? Did you hit mute on your phone? Hilliard, Florida, 904 or 904. You're up next. Did you fall asleep? Do we need to wake you up? Okay. We're going to go to 704 area code. Go ahead.
Hello?
704, go ahead.
Yeah, that's me. How y'all doing?
Yeah, go ahead. Ask your question.
All right, man.
Okay, I have a question about Townsend jurisdiction.
Yeah.
I don't know if you seen it in the chat, but I put it in the chat yesterday. The Telegram chat. But I went to court to challenge jurisdiction for a speeding ticket I had got approximately 2 years ago. And when I spoke to the prosecutor...
Was that today at 11 o'clock? Was that today at 11 o'clock?
No, that was yesterday.
Okay. I was talking with someone earlier today this morning about going.
No, I went yesterday. But yeah, the prosecutor offered me a deal, whatever. I told him I didn't want it. I wanted to challenge the jurisdiction. He asked me, why do I think they don't have jurisdiction? I told him I'd rather talk to the judge about it. So he sent me back in the court. When I went to talk to the judge, he wouldn't allow me to say anything. Mind you, this is a Zoom call. It was a Zoom court call. But he wouldn't allow me to say anything unless I would announce who I was. And he was trying to get me to say my name. And I was asking him if I could make a statement before anything took place. And he said, I can't do anything unless I verify who I was. So, long story short, I didn't do it. He was trying to get me to verify my birthday. I didn't do it. So he got mad, and he was like, since you want to challenge jurisdiction, how about we have an in-person court date? You could challenge jurisdiction here, whatever.
Yeah, great, fantastic.
Other thing,
you could say I am the beneficiary.
Chris, you're breaking up.
You could say that I am the beneficiary. My name is Christopher Allen. My family name is Hauser. I am the beneficiary of the trust known as Christopher Allen Hauser. This is the you that you're speaking about. This is the you that was charged. I am here to challenge the jurisdiction as I am the beneficiary of the trust that you're creating the bonds against. Your commercial action. This is a commercial action. You're creating bonds. That makes it a commercial action. And it can only be with the trust. You can't create a commercial action with me, the human being. You have to do it with the trust. You know this. Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Right.
That's how you respond to these people.
Okay. And would I have to write them conditional acceptance, or should I write them a conditional acceptance?
I would. When's the hearing?
They scheduled it for January 10th.
I would. Now get on.
See, now hold on. If you're the beneficiary, then you start doing the conditional acceptance. You're mixing processes, so you got to stick with one or the other.
No, because there is no process here. He's challenging the jurisdiction. If you're challenging the jurisdiction, there is no process.
Right.
All right.
If you're addressing it, if you're addressing what's happened, do you remember the speeding ticket rather well? Or you can write this down in your facts? Because you're going to use the facts and the conditional acceptance all the way to this judge. And then once they accept it, you got that signature. Okay, this judge has agreed that they are that this is a trust action. So when you do go in there, I'm here to challenge the jurisdiction that you don't have. And the reason you don't have it is because you owe me money. First off. So does this court. So does this clerk. So does this cop. No, you can't have jurisdiction. You want to answer this challenge of jurisdiction? Here, you just answered it. You owe me money. You agree you owe me money. Here's the contract. Would you like to read it again?
Right.
Or you can just sail on with it. I mean, it's a speeding ticket.
Right.
That's all it is. It isn't even a jailable.
Chris?
And the reason they're going to do it because they know it wasn't reckless endangerment. It wasn't a DUI. It was just speeding. You know, they know they're not going to get anywhere with. They're not going to. You're going to jail for 1129 because you were speeding. That's not going to happen. Why not challenge a jurisdiction on a moving violation?
Right.
So
that was my whole thought process. I was like, well, if I know I can't really go to jail for it already, why not challenge jurisdiction?
You're not going to go to jail for it. You're going to jail because you were speeding, and then you came in here and challenged the jurisdiction. You're going to jail. It doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? These traffic tickets and moving violations are the perfect thing to cut your teeth on if you're new to all of this.
Yeah, this is actually my first time actually doing anything like this. I've been looking into it for about 16 years now, and I came across you probably about 2 months ago, and I've just been doing research, and yours is as simple as it gets. I'm just tell you that.
Yeah. Well, there's no statute of limitation on fraud, so you can play this out. Go have some fun. I'm saying go have some fun with this.
Okay.
Go in there like you don't have to be laughing and stuff like it's a joke, but you will be on the way out. You'll be laughing on the way to the parking lot. What's the worst that's going to happen? I'm throwing the book at you. You don't come in here and tell me, and they're going to get hot. They're going to get mad as hell.
Yeah, I know. Because he was already mad that I went. He was mad that I went and identified myself over video. So.
Yeah. Well, you can identify who you are. Just make sure that it's not the. You know, I get this all the time. If a bill collector calls or someone calls, they want to speak to Christopher Allen Hauser, I say, well, my name's Christopher Allen. My family name is Hauser. How can I help you? I just told you the name. And that judge is going to go, well, I need to talk to Christopher Allen Hauser. What are you, a freaking moron? I just told you my name is Christopher Allen. My family name is Hauser. Then
so my question
when
to
you finally
is,
get that across them. Yeah. What's the question?
Oh, do I have to actually step inside the bar to speak my piece, or
you could start this. You could start this by approaching it that way. Look, there's no reason for me to cross this. I'm in here, and I'm trying to tell you that you should know this. You should know that here's what I would suggest. Get this habeas corpus that's in that Tad will have on there on his website.
And by the way, it's
Get
just
that
done.
Yeah. When he gets this put up, keep checking it every day. It's not up there already. And read it.
I'm sorry. Can I have the website?
You have the right.
You have the right.
You have the
right. All right. Okay. I thought it was another website. I'm sorry.
No, that's it's youhaveright.com. Go there and get it and read it. And think about what the document's saying. And I'm telling you, in the first 30, 40 pages, you're going to have all the ammunition you need to go in and argue any traffic ticket.
Okay.
You're going there as a sovereign. I'm the sovereign. The minute you go in there and say, I'm a sovereign, more than likely, oh, are you a sovereign citizen? No, I'm not a sovereign citizen. You're a sovereign citizen. You're a subject. You're a citizen. You're a subject when you're up there wearing that black robe, wearing the hat of a judge. But when you take that off and you go home and you protect your family in your home with your guns, you're a king in his castle. You're a sovereign citizen. I'm just a sovereign. I'm not out here wearing the hat of a public servant. So, no, you're the sovereign citizen. This clown of a cop that wrote the ticket's a sovereign citizen. See how y'all want to ask this stupid question. No, I'm a sovereign, and I'm your sovereign. Because right now, you're wearing the hat of the subject.
Okay, and
it don't matter. You're also a trustee and a fiduciary obligation to the trust. This is going to teach you about the penal bonds. It's going to teach you about your sovereign rights. You can go in there and go, well, I can't cross this bar. It's bad enough I'm in a pagan house of worship. Because that's where you're going into. You're going into a pagan house of worship. When you go in,
they're not going like that.
So-called corpus. It's the truth. When you read this document, you'll understand. I say it's a pagan house of worship. Get this document and read it. It'll explain how come it's a pagan house of worship.
Okay,
and
so
knowing
we
this stuff.
got other people waiting.
Yeah, knowing this stuff is where the power's at. Get it and have fun. Come back and let us know in January how it went.
I will do. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You guys have a blessed one.
You too.
Yeah, man. You too, brother.
Okay, Burrell, you're next.
Okay. Greetings, Chad and Chris. This is Burrell. On November 17th, I was on the call, and you told me to send you, Chris, an email with the subject line Granny, which I did. I'm going to send you another one tonight to remind you. I didn't get a response back, but you said you would.
Oh, you did?
I did send one on that same night, and but I'm going to send you another one because you may have lost it by now.
Yeah, do that, please.
Yeah, okay. And you had mentioned about the what is it like to get a car, get a home, get a truck, whatever. My husband was also an over-the-road driver for about 15 years, and so I was very interested in what you were saying about all that. But what is what is it called to buy a home, buy a truck, buy a car? I don't know what these processes are.
What is it called?
Yeah,
you tell
me.
It's a trust action. It's a trust action because that's what's happening. You're the trustee. They're trustees, and it's a trust action. Now, as far as having a special name, I don't know. A trust action would be all I would call it, but they all are. Every time your Social Security number's used, that's a trust action. You know, when you go to the hospital, what's your last four? Put your Social Security number on this page, right on this paper right here. Okay, it's a trust action.
Okay.
That's what they're called. Yeah.
Okay, I think you mentioned some sort of, you mentioned some sort of document that could be written that to where the woman that was on the call earlier, where she could get the truck, she could get a truck and trailers and whatever.
That's the 1099A. That's the 1099A.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get them from the IRS. If you guys want any of these business forms and you're having a hard time with it, go to irs.gov/business/forms or forms/business, and it'll take you to an area where the business forms are at. Everybody that's ever had any problem getting the forms, they're going to the irs.gov. And they're not looking up business forms. That's where you can get them from, and you can order them. There was one guy back when we started this. Yeah, go ahead.
It was how I have some of those forms. I wrote to them, they sent them back, etc. But these were like 2018, 19, and I still have several of them. But it's how to properly fill them out. That that's
well, a lot of that's explained in the videos. Explains how they need to be filled out. In the videos, I also hold them up so you can see how they're filled out. I don't know if you can screenshot or pause them and look at them or whatever the case may be, but.
And you said something. I'm sorry. You said something about it had to be endorsed on the back.
Yeah,
on one of the other.
The 1099A has to be endorsed on the back.
That was probably
beneficiary signature.
Okay.
Yeah, beneficiary signature.
Okay. I'm gonna send you another email tonight based on the November 17 call. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Yeah, do that. And if it went to spam or anything like that, I'll check over there too. After tonight's call, if any of y'all want to email me, I'll make sure I check my spam file too. A lot of stuff gets put over in spam too sometimes. So.
All right. Thank you, Burrell.
Yeah.
401 area code. You're next.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
This is
Yes, we can. Go ahead, please.
Go
ahead.
This is Stephanie from Providence, Rhode Island. I was in touch with Chris recently about an eviction I'm going through for non-payment of back rent. You know who I am, right, Chris? Yeah. So anyway, I want to say real quick that thank you for everything that you guys have been doing. I don't want to take up the time, but I want to let you just thank you from the bottom of my heart. But what I want to let everybody know is that the global postal judge and plenipotentiary judge. Now this is a judge that makes the rules worldwide. His name is Mark Gishawn Christopher. He has a video out that declares, and it says it very clearly, that all debts and mortgages are forgiven, and all the prisoners that do not have a serious crime are to be let out of jail. That is recorded on YouTube, and if you can Google that real quick before they take it down, that would be a good thing. And And then there's another one he put out that he ordered Trump to start opening up the FEMA encampments for all those criminals that have been doing this to the people all these years. So you guys are just, you're a blessing, he's a blessing, and I'm just so psyched because people are going to be the right people are going to be put in those encampments because of the,
I hope so.
Breaking the law.
I hope so.
But they have to do it, or else they will go to jail if they don't listen to what he says. So I just wanted to put that out there. But anyway, and another thing, he said that the reason why he's saying about all debts are forgiven is because the monies that we've been using all these years are not going to be really worth anything. So because they're going to print out some new type of money that's going to be backed by gold. So the money that we have, so the money that we have is not going to be worth anything. And, well, it's going down anyway. And the new ones are going to be backed by gold. The final thing he said was that all of those, the banks and the the Treasury have to come out of being a private entity and come into the public. Otherwise, again, they're going to be FEMA encampment. So I just wanted to put that out there real quick. I was so stoked to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for sharing that information.
Yeah. So the real quick. Well, the other questions I have, can I email you again, Chris, and I'll let you know. I wanted to find out how I go about this eviction thing. They postponed it until December the 16th. But I'll can I email what it is I'm going through?
Yeah, do that.
Okay, yeah, because I want others to be able to get onto the call. So again, thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Happened. 313 area code. Go ahead.
Hey, Chris, this is Jonas. Hope you're well. Check it out. You were talking about the private banker. There was a time when someone else was telling us about, private banker years ago, and as far as getting a registration number from your state for the private banker, that is no longer necessary. According to, I live in Michigan and Atlanta, so I'm back and forth. So I talked to them yesterday, and for the private banker, which is doing things privately for his or her own assets and properties and securities, you need your EIN. So it behooves people to get their EIN for being a individual private banking ENT. So I have mine set up. So just wanted to let you know that, and looking forward to when your things come through, so you can do the trustee work, and then we can go from there. But I just wanted to drop that little information on you. Had something else to ask you about, but I don't want to hold other people up. I'll just email you, man.
All right, man.
All right, take care.
Appreciate it. Thanks for sharing the information.
No problem.
Okay, 704 area code. Shoot. There we go.
Good evening, gentlemen. This is the Mouthy Sailor in North Charlotte.
Oh, hey there.
Just want to thank you for your two most recent videos, Chris. And if you need that PDF scraped and put on a Word document, I can do it.
It should be done by the time this call is over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that works. See, it's pretty easy to do.
We've got a gentleman who's got a program. He's running it through the program and double checking everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's good news. Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Well, that's all I had to say.
Yeah,
thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Okay. 605 area code.
Hi, yes, my name is John, and I'm active duty military. Been so for about 15 years, and after working in government and contracts, all of what you're saying makes sense, and thank you for sharing it with everyone. Here's my question, a couple of them. Others have said that when we do the 1099-A process, that it would be good to set up a trust when we receive funds. That way, if we're ever audited, that it would be above board. Is that something that would need to work on right away and get done, or is that something that we not really have to worry about? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, you can. I would get one.
Okay, and if we've already turned in a 1099-A, but we've not received anything back yet, and if we haven't got anything back by the time you set up your private bank, should we just cancel the other one and just apply through you? Would that be the correct way to do it then?
Chris? John, you still there?
I am, yes.
Okay. Oh, okay, so we lost him, so hold on.
That's all right.
Okay, golly, all these messages. Okay, so, John, can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Okay, hold on.
No worries.
Okay, we should be together.
Okay.
Okay, Chris?
All right, we straight.
Okay, so John, thank you for waiting. Please ask that question again.
Yeah,
no worries.
run it by me again, John.
Okay, so the second question was, if we have already put in a 1099-A with another trustee and we've not heard anything back by the time you start your private bank, should I cancel the other one and redo my Form 56 if I go with you?
No, there won't be no need for a 56. Let that one slide, and because they may be holding it, and then I might get that. I think that's that may be what they might be doing. These 1099As that you guys have sent in with the different trustees,
right.
Many that I probably don't even know, and I might get bundles of those things and, hey, deal with these. Or, I spoke recently with the Jarretts about that.
Right.
They may want the Jarretts to get the banking so that they can take care of the ones they've done. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That may be what happens with that right there.
All right. Well, I really appreciate your time, and again, thank you for sharing this with everyone. Because, like I said, after working in government for so long, when I started listening to your stuff, I was like, yeah, this makes complete sense. So, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thank you for serving.
You're welcome.
All right. Our final call of the day, Alaska 907. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you for taking my call. Good evening, Chris. God bless you and the host. I have a question. Okay, I sent a conditional acceptance to a guy who owes me $30,000 for working and building his house, and He's got a lot. He defaulted on that, and I sent him another one, opportunity to cure that, conditional acceptance, and he refuses the green card, and there's been no way to serve him. What can I do?
He refused the green, so he didn't sign it.
He refused to sign the green card at the post office.
He must have knew. He must have knew it was coming. Yeah. So there's a couple things happen when you do that. They will say that addressee refused to sign, or they'll say that it was undelivered. Which one of those two was it?
Refused.
He might as well have. He might as well have signed it. That's
okay.
what I tell people. I tell my wife. My wife will be like, "You got something certified from, down here from the court or child support or something like that." We never even go to the post office to pick it up, because if you go down there and say, "I got something here certified," and they hand it to you and you say, "I don't want to sign that," they'll return it refused. Okay? But if you don't go down there at all, they'll put a few of them slips in your mailbox saying you got something down there, and after a certain amount of time, they'll mail it back undelivered. Okay? If it's undelivered, then they can't say that you knew anything about it, and the postal rule is in effect. The fact that he did, he went down there and he refused to sign it. What the postal rule does, it actually makes the post office the signer. It makes the post office say, this guy got it. Whether he accepted it or not, he got it. That's why I asked if it was refused or if it was undelivered.
Yeah, and I specifically looked at that when I got it back.
He might as well have signed it.
Okay.
He might as well have signed it. Have signed it, because the post office is implied. When you read the postal rule, they're implied. The post office is implied. It's as if the post office signed it. So he might as well have signed it. Don't ever refuse something. Don't ever refuse certified mail, return receipt. Just don't go get it. They'll return it.
Understood. Yeah, understood. I can handle that. I just wanted to make sure that I'm going on the right path.
Well, we made you the offer. No, you didn't. How'd you give me an offer? You can't even refuse. You can't even prove that I refused it. No, what was the other question?
That was the only question I had.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
Maybe on the next call I might have another one generated, but I just wanted to make sure that I'm going down the right path here about how I'm going to proceed next, and I think I'm okay. Thanks to you and all the other people out there. God bless each and every one of you.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Okay, so that's going to do it. You guys that are listening, feel free to go to youhavetheright.com, sign up if you want to join our mailing list for sure, because your memberships do help me to put on these calls. And we got some good stuff coming. So anyway, Chris, I want to thank you very much for being here tonight. It's been a long call. So anyway, you guys, all of you, thank you very much. And I got to figure out how to do this again. Thank all of you very much, and we'll see you again next week.